Quiet Place Day 1 is like sitting around at Grandma's house with extended periods of silence, pierced only by the occasional item that falls off the counter, falls to the floor, and breaks. I had no idea you could make a monster movie this boring, but apparently they accomplished it. And I thought to myself, did I fall asleep? Did I miss part of this movie? Did I miss all the action scenes of this movie? What happened here? Some people say that the art of filmmaking is about showing and not necessarily telling. And I have to say that that is not my favorite type of filmmaking. So this is actually a case where this film is a perfect example of only showing and almost never telling, and I don't like it. I prefer wordy scripts. I prefer characters who say what they're thinking. This is all show, no tell. I will say that I enjoyed the first film because the characters felt grounded. I felt interested in the characters and they had a unique situation. So the first film for me in this series, A Quiet Place, was compelling. It was grounded. It was interesting. It was new. It was fresh and unique, and I enjoyed it. The second film in the series I did not enjoy as much, and this one even less so. I think we're headed in the completely wrong direction, and while the characters are still somewhat grounded here, I definitely did not connect with the sidekick character. Lupita Nyong'o is eminently watchable. She does everything she can to bring nuance and development to this character, but she can only do so much with the script she's given, and there is nothing here of substance for this character. She is solely focused on one goal, which, you know, I find that particular goal a little absurd, but that's okay. I think I would have bought in and gone along with the story if her co-star Joseph Quinn's character wasn't so unlikable. For me, it was like having to drag along a wet blanket on an adventure. He brings nothing to the table and nothing interesting. Now, there are a few scenes in this movie that I like, but overall, most of the scenes are very, very slow, and there's nothing that is developing between these characters that is interesting. What I wanted to see from this film was a couple of interesting characters making their way through the city, having interesting encounters with other groups of survivors, and instead what we get is a bunch of dark rooms, really, where nothing happens, and that is why this film for me just falls flat. There are only a couple of scenes that I was really engaged in, and I think they're well done. But they could have been put in a short film that would be infinitely superior to this film. There is no reason to drag this film out to its runtime, and it's only an hour and 40 minutes long, so it's not even that long of a film. And somehow they still managed to only have a few interesting scenes. Now, the scenes that are interesting, they're well done. They're very cool. I enjoyed them, but they weren't really worth sitting through the hour and 40-minute runtime. I'm going to be really interested to see how other people review this film, because I don't know if everyone's going to be as negative about it as I am. I just did not like this film. For me, it's a skip. I would say if you have to watch the film just so you can feel like you completed the series or are keeping up with the series, then I would say watch it on streaming at some later date. I don't think this is worth going to the theater for, and I'll be checking out other reviews to see if others have this same impression or not. So leave some comments below if you agree or disagree, and remember to subscribe and like if you want to join me in future videos, because I'll be inviting other audience members on the show to discuss the latest films and movies with me.